Hey guys, it's Miss Van Dam. I know a lot of you have been in, you missed the meeting, and you're coming in wanting to know what we do about co-op and how you go about it. So what I've decided to do is just create a video, and I'm going to go through the presentation like I did with the rest of the meetings, and just kind of tell you what's going on. I am sorry, my kid just knocked at the door, even though there's a sign. Imagine that. All right. So I'm going through the guidelines, and the sun is like streaming in my window. So if you see me like leaning that way, that's why. All right. So co op guidelines. How does this work? First of all, you have a Schoology block for every single block of co op that you have. So you're going to have a Schoology class. Now, if you co op more than one block, I don't want you to submit the same items to two different Schoologies. That's ridiculous. So you're either going to use first block or fourth block, depending on which two blocks you co-op. If you co-op first and second, you're going to use first. If you co-op third and fourth, obviously you're going to use fourth. Now, for the few of you that co-op first and fourth, let's just use first. That'll be easier. Just use your first block one and that'll be fine. Okay. Otherwise with Schoology, I do use it to contact you through messages and stuff. So make sure that you have your notifications adjusted for that. All right. How often will I see you? Not enough, because I like you guys to come in and visit, but I'm requiring you to meet with me once a month to talk about your job, pay statements, questions, grades, all of that kind of stuff. So once a month, I want you to come by. And I mean, I'm talking quick. Like it could be you sticking your head in my door at my office and us just having a quick chat. I will mark off that I have seen you, that you've done your meeting, and that's all you got to do. Basically all the other assignments are virtual. So this lets me, you're going to receive a grade for that monthly meeting. And this just lets me see you, at least once a month. All right. How many hours do you have to work? It is 8 hours per week per block. Okay. So if you co-op 2 blocks, you need to work a minimum of 16 hours a week. Now, the 16 hours a week, it counts the weekends. So do the 8 hours per block. So that is, Sunday through Saturday or Monday through Sunday, however you want to count it. Those hours do count. So I have people who get all of their hours on the weekends, and that's okay. But you have a lot of availability now. So it might be that your shifts open up a little bit more, and maybe you get some better hours because you can go into work early. Okay. All right. How do you prove your hours? There's 2 different ways that you are going to prove your hours. Okay. So the first way is through pay statements or pay stubs. I use those interchangeably. 98% of you are going to receive a pay statement. Okay. They are found on a payroll website or through an app or a store website, or maybe they just give you a hard copy, here's your paper with your pay statement on there. And pay statements show lots of different information. So they're going to show, I'm going to do new tab and find an example. So hold on, here's my Cuba. Okay, so an example of a pay statement may look like this. Okay, and you see it over here, and it's going to show you the pay period, your gross wages, which is how much you made before they took out taxes. It's going to tell you your pay date. Let's go to images. It's going to tell you your pay date, all of these things. So this is a good one. Let's look at this one. All right, see over here how it says the pay period beginning, the ending, the day you got paid, how much they took out in taxes. So your gross is before taxes were taken out. So down here, it's called current or total pay. It'll say something like that. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about as far as a pay statement, you need to talk to your supervisor. Okay, talk to your supervisor about how you get a pay statement. Now, if you work a job where you absolutely do not get one, if you babysit, if you work if you just don't get one, then just come talk to me and, let me know and we'll figure something out. But the majority of you are going to get one. And just because you don't know how to get one does not mean that you don't get one. Okay, so you've got to figure that out. I've had students, say, "Oh, I don't receive pay stubs." And I'm like, "Oh, where do you work?" And they're like, "Kroger." And I'm like, "Yes, you do receive pay stubs. Like most of you are going to receive a pay stub." Okay, so the pay statements are uploaded monthly. So let's say for August. So for every paycheck you receive in the month of August, if that pay date is a date in August, you are going to upload that to a folder in Schoology called August Pay Statements. And you can, if you get paper ones, I've had students who get paper pay statements. They put them all on their kitchen table, took one picture, and that's what they uploaded. I've had students who they get them through an app, so they just screenshot it and upload it to their Schoology app. I've had students who can only access their pay statements at work, like on a computer. So they actually took a picture of the computer and that's what they uploaded. There's lots of different ways to do it. Now, let me make this note. If you work at Extended Day, at one of the Madison City Schools Extended Days, your pay statements are going to be different. And I'm going to do a different video showing you guys what to do. So don't worry. Okay. So you're going to upload every pay statement within that specific month. August pay statements are due in September. September pay statements are due in October, so on and so forth. And the dates are listed in Schoology of when they're due. Now, the other way that you're going to prove your hours, and the pay statements and the spreadsheet are the two biggies. You are required to complete a spreadsheet called the wage and hour form, and it is found in Schoology as well. It looks like this, and it is based on the information that is found in your pay statements, okay? This is not made up. This is, I'm lagging here. This is not made up. It's not an estimate. This is what it says on your pay statements of how many hours you worked. So if you look right here, where's my mouse? There it is. This is the date that you got paid, the pay period start date, the pay period end date, how many hours you worked, and then how much they paid you before they took out taxes. Okay, so you're going to have one line per pay statement. So they work together in tandem. So if you've got a pay statement, there needs to be an entry on this spreadsheet. If you've got an entry on the spreadsheet, there needs to be a pay statement with it. Okay, it's got to work together. So they must be equal. You have to be equal on those. Okay, and right here you've got the dates, and these are the same dates that the pay statements are due. So September 7th, October 10th, November 2nd, December 7th, and then January 4th. January 4th is actually after the Christmas break, obviously, but I did that so you can add in all of your Christmas or all of your December pay statements. So I don't have to have grades in until we get back from the Christmas break. So just make sure that is done by January 4th. Okay. Now, the other thing with this form, this is the same form. You will use this form all semester long. So you can get to this form from Schoology. So you get to it, and once you click in it, it's going to put one in my Google Docs, and it's going to put one in your Google Docs. Okay. So you're going to just keep updating this same form. Don't submit it. You're not going to submit it through Schoology. You're just going to continue to update. Actually, you're never going to submit it. You just keep working. Okay. All right. So this form is 50% of your grade, half your grade. So make sure that you're doing it. Okay. All right. The other thing you're going to do is called the weekly schedule form. And this is done weekly, hence weekly schedule form. And these are based on the hours that you are scheduled to work. So these are to be updated by the end of the day each Wednesday. Now, obviously, we started school on a Wednesday, so I'm not going to check this week's until next week, but make sure you have it updated. So the weekly schedule form looks like this, and it is already dated. I've done the whole semester, and this is based on the hours that you are scheduled to work. Okay, so let's say today is August 5th and you have to work 5 to 10. Well, you're not going to just write a 5 in there like you're working 5 hours. You're going to write 5-10. Okay, that's what you're going to do. So it is the actual times that you are scheduled to work. Okay, and you need to do that every week. And I've got fall break blocked off. Those hours count, but you don't have to give me your schedule that week. And Thanksgiving break. Okay, I don't expect you to turn things in or fill out things during holidays. Okay, so again, same thing with this sheet. You're not going to submit it. You're just going to click in it, goes into your Google Docs, and you're just going to continue to fill it out. Okay. All right. I will talk to your employers once in 9 weeks, and I will contact them, go visit. They will fill out an evaluation on you. It's a very simple one. Tell them not to worry. I'm not going to work them to death. But they will complete this form at their discretion. And so whatever the grade they give you, that's what the grade I put in. Okay. All right. If you want to change jobs, I understand that there are better opportunities come along, better pay, better hours. Maybe it's a better fit for you personally, whatever it may be. I just want you to keep me up to date. Do not change jobs and not let me know. There's nothing worse than me going somewhere and saying, "Oh, how is Beth doing?" And they're like, "Well, Beth hasn't worked here in 2 weeks." Like, you need to keep me in the loop about things. Okay. Work out a notice with your job, leave on good terms, okay? Because you're not only just representing yourself now, you're representing Bob Jones and also me, so don't embarrass me, okay? And then if you do leave, employers can fill out an exit interview on you. All right, at the end. So how do you receive grades for co-op? So the things that you have to do, oh, I'm back in the sun again. So the things you have to do to get grades in co-op. 1, that monthly meeting, okay? Stop by, say hi, I'll talk for a second, and then you can go, okay? And I'll just got a spreadsheet where I check you off that you've done your monthly meeting. Weekly schedule forms. That is where you put your schedule in every week. That is a classwork grade, and it'll be weekly. I'll make that a weekly classwork grade. The wage and hour sheet, very important, okay? That one is half of your grade. So the wage and hour sheet has to be completed. That is a test grade. The pay statement upload, also a test grade. Okay. And then the employer evaluations, these two are going to be monthly. And then the employer evaluation will be once in 9 weeks. Okay. Like I said, a lot of you came to see me and everybody's just kind of trickling in wanting all this information. And by the end of the day on Friday, I was like, I cannot give this spiel like anymore. So I decided to do this video. Now, if you watch this and you still have questions, please come see me on Monday. Starting out, I'm the co-op coordinator for here and at James Clemens. So starting out, I will be Tuesdays and Thursdays at James Clemens just for next week. And then the next week I'll be only Thursdays. So come see me if you have questions. There's no situation that I don't have an answer for. Okay. So if it's something about pay stubs or your schedule or you have multiple jobs or whatever, we can make anything work, but you just have to communicate with me. Okay. And I'm pretty much available at any time during the day. You know where my office is. I'm upstairs in the media center, and just come see me if you have questions, and welcome to co-op. And I look forward to working with you.